everybody, how's it going? My name is Eric McGrew with Eric's Creative, and today I'm coming to you and I'm going to talk to you about the Kutzall ROTOSAW very coarse 1/8 shaft bit. Now this is a very aggressive rotary tool bit. They call it the ROTOSAW, kind of for a good reason. I've never actually used it for like cutting anything in the saw format, but I have used it quite a bit for digging into deep areas of line and structure, hogging out areas where I want it to be lower, and removing large volumes of material all kind of in one go. It's really good for that kind of stuff. Now, something to keep in mind with this is that on most occasions, this is not going to be your finished tool. This is just the first of many tools you're going to use. So don't misunderstand that when I'm talking to you about this, it's not a one and done kind of tool, okay? They are carbide tipped. I have hit some rock with it at some point and broke off a couple of the teeth, but it's still working just fine. You can clean these out if they build up with material depending on the kind of wood you're using, like for instance a heavy sap oriented wood like pine or spruce or fir or whatever, and they do dig pretty quickly. A couple of really good points about this tool: makes good lines that are deep, so like if you're doing wood block carvings or anything like that, that's a plus. It follows true even when you have like these swirly grains in this Russian olive, which this piece is, very dense wood, very hard to work with in many ways, but it's just a dense wood. But the rotary saw, it cuts right through it. You can run at different grain angles without too much wandering or issues like that. You can stall the Dremel with the saw if you push too much pressure down and like kind of hog in. So do keep in mind that it does have its limits. You might need to make, instead of one deep pass, you might want to make 3 shallower passes to make that happen. Another thing to keep in mind is that it is just one thickness. It's about a little under, maybe it might be 3/16 or a quarter, something like that thickness. And so that's the minimal width you're going to get on a line when you use this tool. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It has been really handy for me, and I use it a lot on some of my drawings now, or on my carvings and sculptures. Not only does it cut line well, but you can actually like shape curves with it pretty well. I don't have anything today with me that would be a good representation of that, but if you need to get in and like make a curve, you can actually use it on the side and almost like a gouge, a hand gouge, and use it to carve out pieces like that as well. They do have these same bits in a 1/4 inch shaft if you're using like a electric die grinder or an air die grinder, and it takes 1/4 inch shaft. So you have the options on those, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what this can do for you so that you can kind of understand. And I'm going to actually take out some areas with this that I normally wouldn't. I would probably start off with larger tools to take off some of this larger volume and just kind of give you an idea of how this works.